Police Explorers get ready for fall recruitment. The Forestry Department faces a big challenge. Fridley Liquor gives back, and we take a look at some cool finance graphs. Thank you for joining us. I'm Raquel Strand, and this is Community Connection. The Fridley Police Explorers had an incredible first year under the direction of Officer Sean Murphy, and now they're recruiting again for this fall.
I actually served in the Fridley Police Explorer program from the age of 14 to 18, and unfortunately it was disbanded the last year that I was in it. And when I got hired as a police officer in 2014, I really felt like I owed it to the teens and the kids in the city of Fridley and the community to have the opportunity to go through the same exact program that I went through. Which I think helped me get to where I'm at in life, and I wanted to make sure that everybody else had that opportunity as well. What I learned in the program was a lot of the values and the skills that I still use today as a police officer. I learned about the core values of the city of Fridley, or the Fridley Police Department: sacrifice, valor, duty, and honor. Those are some of the things that were really instilled into me as a police explorer, and those are values and morals and stuff that I use today as a police officer in the city of Fridley.
I joined the Explorers because I was interested in law enforcement. I want to progress through the Explorer program and go to the Reserve and one day become a cop.
The Police Explorer program is for kids ages 14 to 18, and basically what we do throughout the year is during the academic year from September until about late April or May, we meet every other Sunday and we go over a variety of topics. Those topics include domestic assault, hostage negotiation, bomb scene search, traffic stops, traffic accident investigations, just a wide variety of topics. And what we do is we train those explorers on those different scenarios and those different topics. And then at the end of the year in April or May, we go down to Rochester, Minnesota, where we compete in a state competition against posts from all over the state in order to see, who's the best post out there.
The favorite thing I like about it is probably the ride-alongs we get to do.
Kids join for all sorts of different reasons. Kids join because they're interested in law enforcement. Some kids join because they hope to be a police officer someday. And some kids just join because they want to learn more about policing and stuff like that, even though they're not interested in going into law enforcement. And some kids just join because it's just flat out fun.
An informational meeting will be held in early September. You can learn more online and fill out an interest form at fridleymn.gov/policeexplorers. Cities across Minnesota are being faced with an aggressive insect attack on ash trees, and Fridley is no exception. Approximately 30% of the trees in city parks and boulevards are green ash. Fridley's Forestry Department is hard at work to address this problem.
This month, the Public Works Department will begin rolling out its answer to the danger of emerald ash borer. As you may have already heard, Minnesota's ash trees are being lost to the insect at an increasing rate, and it is important that we work proactively to help maintain the diversity of tree species in Fridley. To address this issue, the Public Works Department will begin systematically removing some of the city's ash trees, beginning with those in the worst condition first, mirroring the practices of many other areas around the Twin Cities. This is being done to reduce the spread of emerald ash borer throughout the state, prevent hazards associated with standing dead trees, as well as maintain Fridley's natural beauty. The city intends to replace the trees taken down and use this opportunity to plant a wide range of native species that are currently less common locally. This will increase the overall biodiversity and improve the health of the city's ecosystem. Part of this plan involves engaging residents who will lose their trees and give them the ability to choose what kind of tree they want to replace their ash trees. This program is scheduled to continue over the next 5 years, focusing on high concentrations of ash trees in high populated areas. For more information about Fridley's Emerald Ash program, please visit fridleymn.gov/emeraldash.
If you are concerned about an ash tree on your private property, the city's website offers a number of resources to help. These include a treatment cost calculator, descriptions of symptoms, a list of city licensed tree businesses, and frequently asked questions. You can learn more at fridleymn.gov/emeraldash. Did you know that Fridley has 2 city-owned liquor stores? And these stores are funded by sales, not property taxes, so they provide a great benefit to the community. They fund things like park equipment and public safety vehicles. But staff doesn't stop there. Let's look at a few other ways that Fridley Liquor pours back.
Well, welcome. I'm Thad Nerlinger with Fridley Liquor, and I'm here to talk to you about a couple events that we have coming up. In September, on September 15th from 6 to 9, we're working with Springbrook Nature Center and a fundraising opportunity to raise money for the new picnic shelter. So we'd like to encourage all of you to come out and sample and try some great wines and beers as we strive to raise money for the picnic shelter at Springbrook Nature Center. During the event, we'll also have live and silent auction, and we'll also have some great food for you to try. Also coming up in the next month or two is August 11th, we have what we call a wine walkabout. We'll have approximately 14 vendors available to sample their wine products, and this will be the second time we are partnering with the SACA, Southern Anoka Community Assistance, to collect food for the food shelter. Also, later that month on August 25th, we'll be doing a spirits walkabout. So same concept, we'll be sampling a bunch of spirits, and we'll also be raising food for the food shelf. You can find more information about all of these events on the city's website, on the liquor webpage, on the calendar, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. So as a reminder, we have two locations, our Highway 65 and Moore Lake location and our University Avenue and 694 location. Our University Avenue location is now open on Sundays, and shopping locally at Fridley Liquor helps reduce your property taxes.
Liquor store sales is just one of many puzzle pieces that go into funding the city. Check out these graphs as we take a look at city finances.
Hi, my name is Corey Johnson. I am the City of Fridley's Assistant Finance Director. I'm going to talk to you about city finances and more specifically 2016 actual financials. The City of Fridley runs 2 liquor stores which provide nearly $340,000 in annual support to the city's operations. Sales continue to remain strong with 2016 sales exceeding $5 million. This support provides funding for capital equipment and projects which would typically be funded with tax dollars. In 2016, profits went towards new playground equipment at Commons Park and funded the replacement of 3 police vehicles. It will be interesting to see how 2017 plays out with the state now allowing Sunday liquor sales. We appreciate everyone's support with shopping local at our stores. In 2016, the water, sewer, and stormwater funds all recorded operating income. This essentially means that we took in more money than we spent. This is important in that it increases reserves to allow for significant infrastructure projects planned in the near future. It's been several years since all 3 utility funds recorded an operating income. In 2017, the city is undergoing an in-depth utility rate study for the sewer and water utility funds. The study is intended to stabilize rate increases from year to year and ensure equitability among customer classifications such as single-family, multifamily, nonprofit, and commercial units. In 2016, the city accelerated the replacement of all residential meters with automatic meter reading meters and hope to complete the replacement this year. Because the work is being done in-house, we are seeing a significant savings of over $500,000 from preliminary estimates. Our next phase of this project will be to replace commercial meters and work with our largest commercial customers and come up with a plan to replace their meters. The initial 2016 adopted budget for the general fund planned for the use of $127,100 in fund balance. Instead, we ended up recognizing an increase in the fund's balance of over $227,000. Building permits and fees exceeded budget estimates as construction continued at a fast pace in 2016. In addition, expenditures were below budget. This was primarily due to a mild winter resulting in lower than anticipated costs for snow removal and public works. There are also several budgeted positions that remain vacant for a portion of the year in police, engineering, and finance. The city's governmental funds include the general fund, which provides basic city operations, along with several other funds that have a special purpose, like the Springbrook Nature Center, the recycling fund, and several capital improvement funds. When combining these funds, you get the city's governmental activity. Nearly half of the revenue to support these funds comes from property taxes. When looking at total governmental expenditures, you can see that public safety, which includes police and fire operations, makes up nearly half of the total expenditures. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this program. Please feel free to contact the city at 763-571-3450 or Fridley at fridleymn.gov if you have any questions after watching this. Thank you.
Now let's take a look at what the Fridley City Council is working on. Here's Wally Weisopol with the July Council Update.
Hi, I'm Wally Weisopol, City Manager, and this is the Council Update for July 10th and 24th, 2017. The Council met at a conference meeting ahead of time and discussed the Capital Improvements Program, or CIP. This is the city's best attempts to plan out our capital improvements such as streets, park improvements, purchases of major equipment like trucks and vehicles, and also software programs that operate the city's programs. We reviewed that and adopted it, and that helps us develop our general fund budgets for 2018. We also had a review of our municipal liquor stores, and no action was taken at this time as we continue to study that options for the municipal liquor store improvements and possible expansions. On the legislative or regular agenda, the City Council approved a replat of Kurt Manufacturing on Highway 65. This will allow them two different lots and will allow them to do any expansion possibly in the future. We also had an extension of a variance, and a variance is an allowance above the regulations of the zoning code, and this was for a house on Hickory Street that wanted to put on an additional garage space and needed some more time in order to get that accomplished. The City Council also did an amendment to the Chapter 7 of our city charter. And this was at the request of the Charter Commission to amend the charter, which requires the City Council have two public hearings and then amend it by ordinance. And that ordinance will take effect in 90 days after publication, and publication is expected to take place on August 5th. The amendment to the charter allows the City Council to increase the levy above the limitation that currently exists. Now, of the 855 cities that are in the state of Minnesota, only 2 have such a levy restriction prohibition. One of them is the city of Fridley, and that will continue. It's just that the levy restriction has been modified somewhat. The City Council also then approved the labor agreements for our police sergeants and also our fire captains. Those are 2 separate unions, and the City Council has to approve those labor agreements, and they did so with increases to wages and also an increase in the number of holidays, increasing that by 1. Now, the presentation for both of those labor agreements indicated that the market rates for fire and police officers have increased, and this agreement will follow those market rate increases. And the City Council also approved a Main Street drainage program. This is over by 45th Street and Main Street. We're going to do some improvements to the area that collects water there so that it'll expand it a little bit, do more cleaning of the water before it heads towards the Mississippi River. That's the council news for July. Thanks for checking in, and we'll let you know what happens in August. Thanks for watching.
I love this time of year. Getting outside, watching wildlife, visiting parks. If you haven't had a chance to visit Springbrook Nature Center, stop in and walk the beautiful trails or enjoy one of Fridley's many neighborhood parks. But did you know that feeding geese and ducks is actually harmful to their health, even deadly? Here's our friend Gertie the duck to tell us more.
Hey, don't do that.
Why not? You love it when I bring you food.
I used to love it, but not anymore. Not since the bad things started happening.
What bad things?
First, Cousin Ducky got hit by a car. She didn't know how to be afraid. There was a human driving the car, and the humans she sees usually have food, so she was just trying to get a treat. Then Uncle Quacker got sick. It got too crowded. Normally we spread out, but when feedings brought so many animals here that when one got sick, so did everyone else. Uncle Quacker couldn't fight the disease. And poor brother Donald. He ran after a small human, thought he had some food. The big human didn't like Donald going after her son and threw a shoe. Donald hasn't been the same since. And then there's me. I will never fly again.
Why can't you fly?
I ate too much bread and cereal and crackers, and I was never hungry for the food I really need, like insects. My muscles got weak, and I got a bad case of angel wing, and now I can't fly. No flying south for winter. No escape from predators. My chances are not looking so good.
That's terrible. What can I do?
Stop feeding the ducks, geese, and other wild animals. Not here, not on the trails, not in your yard. Human food is bad for us, and our diseases are bad for you too. Dogs eat our poop, I don't know why, but they can catch our diseases. And rains wash all our extra poop into the lakes and streams, spreading bad stuff like E. coli into the water. Plus, you might like us in your yard, but neighbors can get mad. And when they get mad, they fight with you and sometimes hurt us. We never know the nice humans from the mean ones until it is too late.
I had no idea. I promise. No more feedings.
Don't kill us with kindness. Be like this human. Stop the feedings.
City staff is gathering feedback on future developments and improvements for the city, and they want to hear from you. Take a few minutes to fill out one of our online surveys and share your thoughts on parks, safety, transportation, and more. We have 3 short surveys online, and you can see them at fridleymn.gov/survey. And here's a look at events coming up in the city. That's all for this edition of Fridley's Community Connection. Subscribe to email updates and follow the City of Fridley on Facebook and Twitter for the latest city news. I'm Raquel Strand. Thank you for watching.
Hey, don't do that.
This has been a production of Fridley Municipal Television, Channel 17.